All right, we'll get started here in 1 second. All right. Let me get this all pulled up so I can see this correctly. There we go. There we go. Now we should be good to go. Chat's up. What's going on? What's going on, Brandon? All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to go over this. Let's actually get over to weather-wise so we can see what's happening with our severe weather. Can I put on, let's see here. Oh yeah, what we have? Report precipitation, forecasted weather. Oh, you can put ice. Oh, that's interesting. All right, 1 second, guys. Yeah, we'll do this here. We'll do this here. Yeah, NHC. Interesting. Oh, interesting. UK. Okay, we'll keep the NHC on this. Interesting. Why does it take that off when I... We should be able to hold this on. One second, guys. Yeah, I'll just take that off. It's fine for now. They need to fix that. Oh, what's going on, everyone? Are we bumping? What's playing? Nice. Jasmine Morgan, what's going on? Okay, give me 1 second. Let me do my classic be right back. Oh, don't forget this as well. All right. All right, be right back, guys. We're gonna cover some of this stuff. I think they have free storm chasers now on Weatherwise that you can actually pull up on stream. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, this is... Do they allow you to maximize the screen? Is he vaping? He's 100% vaping. I could hear him vaping. 100% vaping. About a week ago. Should I play that? Now, if I exit out of this, will it now pull up at that size? Oh, I have to do it every time. Okay, give me a second, guys. Oh, you're in Houston. Interesting. We're going to have to watch out tomorrow morning. We could have a little bit of a tornado threat through the morning. What's going on, Christian? Yeah, I figured that out. It took me a second. Crazy Chris, I appreciate that. All right, give me 2 seconds and we're going to do everything. My parents are in town visiting the kids, so not going to be a super long stream, but it's going to be a super in-depth stream. We're going to talk about the severe weather tonight. We're going to look at mesoscale analysis, how it looks, how bad I think it's going to get. We'll look at the latest Upton, Texas. Reagan, Texas. Flash flood warning. We're going to look at the latest on what tomorrow and the next day is going to be like. Now, we have 3 straight days of severe weather in the south. We'll take a look at all the updated models when I think we could have the largest tornado threat as well. Could have a major hurricane, maybe even Cat 5 on our hands in the next 48 hours. So we're going to look at that. And then the GFS and Euro are seeing a lot of snowfall for the east and a lot of cold air. Very, very cold air for the east. Not too far away now. Maybe some snow out there, but 4 to 7 days out. Not 47, 4 to 7. Okay, what's popping? All right, so give me 1 second, and we're going to go over all the stuff. Hey, stream, I have my biological father here. There's not that many people in my stream right now. There's only about, if you count both YouTube and TikTok, a little over 100. So it's not a lot. Some people. There he is. Here, wait. Ready for this?
Ooh,
there we go.
There you go. All
he's the one who created me.
He's a good kid. I created him.
I like how he calls me. He still calls me a kid. I'm 30. Well, I don't want to say how old I am. I'm young 30s. I'm 32, guys.
His name on my phone to Awesome's #1 son done.
Well, you only have 3 sons, so it's not hard to be the best. It's just competing against 2 others. And they kind of suck. All right. Looks just like me a little bit, yeah. A little bit. Except for the blue eyes. What's up, NTX? How long do you think that below average temps would stay out east? At least 2 weeks. Week to 2 weeks. I mean, overall, if you look at analogs, you've got a 70 to 80% chance that when you have a very warm September and October, which we've had an above average September, October, November and December tends to be cold. I can't even tell you exactly why that is, but I can tell you the analogs more often than not show that. And now I can kind of tell you, if you get a lot of displaced warm air in an area for a while, our climate likes to eventually move that out. It doesn't like to hold cold air or warm air in a place for too long. Ridges will eventually be moved out by a trough. So a ton of ridging across the east for September and October and across the plains. You can bet eventually that pattern is going to shift, which is kind of generally what you see. But yeah, I've been talking about our okay, let me take this. We're going to get into everything, and I'm going to answer all your guys' questions. I've been talking about that North Atlantic subpolar SST temperature anomaly that can really lock us into a negative NAO, which means cold weather pattern, storm track out east. The GFS keeps showing a freaking snow nor'easter. The GFS showed a couple of runs ago like a foot of snow falling in Philadelphia and central Jersey. But I like I said, I don't think that's going to happen. But I wouldn't be surprised if we got early snow in those areas. Early, mid-November, late November. I wouldn't be surprised if we got mid-Atlantic snow that early with this pattern. Not saying we're gonna, but it would not surprise me with this setup. If we were in like an El Nino or something, or a strong La Nina, that would surprise me. Not with this setup. It wouldn't surprise me. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the gifts up there. I don't want these glasses. We need the hater blockers on today because I feel like we might have some haters in stream. I did get blind, so luckily I'm not being blinded by the light. At this time, usually I wouldn't be able to stream. Oh, crap. Where's that? Oh, here it is. But got blinds now, so we're going to get into all this stuff. A little bit of an underwhelming setup right now. I might call Mesomat. He's been probably on all day, so he knows what's going on better than me. I've been at Mall of America with my parents and children. Let's see here. 1 second, guys. Okay. We need to get serious. All right. Do I have... is my desktop audio playing? Oh, it's not playing on... TikTok, can you hear my desktop? Can you hear the music? I'll turn it down a little bit though. Can you hear the music? Okay. Wasn't on YouTube. Okay. YouTube, all good over there? All good over there? You can hear everything? You think we're going to make it through hurricane season without one in the Gulf? There's still a chance this one makes it into the Gulf. It's just, I would give it like a 5. I would even give it a 5 to 10% chance. If the trough comes down, listen, there's one chance here. This trough's going to dive and it's going to hook on our storm. And it's going to try to move it out. We have this trough up to the north. It's going to dig down like this, and this storm's going to catch this hook, and it's going to be pulled up. If it misses if it misses this hook, it's anyone's guess where it goes. Now, very few models see it missing this steering current here, this trough. But there's a small chance it meanders a little bit too far to the south and isn't influenced by that trough, and then suddenly we have a strong storm in the Gulf. Chances of that, like I said, very low. So yeah, we may end up without one in the Gulf. We're gonna have a lot of sinking air in hurricane season moving forward here. So, you know, with these shades on, I think I need to switch back over to. No, this music's pretty vibey. Actually, we'll stay here for a second. Okay, we're gonna get started. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what I normally do, and go over everything. Tropical update, winter, fall update, snow update, cold, warm air update, severe weather update, and then we're gonna start covering everything. We do not have any major severe weather going on right now. We've got a storm chaser out here.
Harry was here. He'd also have his.
Not much going on here. 70 mile per hour wind gusts though. 2-inch hail and 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Wind gusts. What am I saying? You can actually see a little bit of circulation here just to the south of, what is this? Iran, Texas, southwestern Texas, and so yeah, strong. Pretty powerful straight line winds and the potential for some large hail. Maybe even a little bit of a spin up here. I don't see any tornado on the ground there right now though. Nothing really with our CC here. So Big Lake though, expect some powerful winds to be moving through, maybe some large hail, and then Iran, if that's how you pronounce it. Iran. San Angelo, Texas, you got some strong storms moving through, nothing severe. Let's go back to our composite here. And we've got a lot of rainfall up here to the north. Yeah, you know, I'm going to have to call Matt. Did we see any tornado warnings earlier? Anything too powerful happen earlier? Any strong, severe thunderstorms? Any touchdown tornadoes? I was out. A few of you can't type on what? Oh, that's got to be Jazz. That has to be TikTok's problem. Oh, yeah, that has to be a TikTok problem because maybe try leaving the app and going back in. I know that fixes most of TikTok's problems. Appreciate the follows, guys. It's only letting us reply. That's got to be a TikTok problem. Because I mean, I haven't done anything. I don't have any different settings on or anything like that. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't know what would be causing that. It's pretty annoying though. Weird. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, try to go out and come back in and let me know if it fixes it or not. Anyways, okay, let's start with severe weather and then we'll move our way. Here we go. Not much severe weather happening right now. You can take a look at the mesoscale analysis and see how bad do I think it's going to get. Is it going to get worse? Are we done for the day? What's going on? Is it a dud? Let's take a look at that really quickly. So we're going to go into services, mesoscale analysis, over here. Come on, load. Load. Thank you. Move down here. What's going on? Is this the site or is it my? I don't think it's my computer. Internet looks fine. I think it's the SBC. I think it's NOAA. Classic NOAA. All right, let's take a look at some things here. Bulk shear near the surface. Not a ton. That must be what's happening. Our low-level jazz isn't kicking in. That's 100% what's happening. Taking a look at this bulk low-level shear. 850 millibar analysis. It's not super impressive. Huh. We do have some decent convergence. What are our dew points sitting at up here? Let's look at surface observations. Dews are low. Dew points are low. Mid to low 60s. Some higher 60s. A little bit higher down here near Houston, up near 70. Significant tornado parameter. There's not much. 1.0 down here, southwestern. Not much of a SIG-TOR parameter right now. This looks like a bust today. Violent tornado parameter. Our violent tornado parameter is actually high down here. Is high down there in southwestern Texas. So that's something to look at. Right here. Pretty high down there. Let me actually make my little circle a little bigger. So we got about 5.0 severe. So, I mean, tornadoes still possible down here. We did see that little couplet that wants to rotate down there near whatever it is, Iran, Texas. But so something to watch down there. But overall, this looks. I mean, let me look at our supercell composite. Yeah, I mean, we've got some decent looking conditions, severe conditions down here. But the rest of us up here, I'm not seeing much, guys. Let's move forward. I'm gonna get to the tropics and then snow in a second. Then I'm gonna take all your questions. So let's just do this really quickly. Let's take a look at. Can't see anything. It got dark. Can you guys see my screen? Could you guys not see that? It's good now. Okay, so something's going on. The screen randomly going black. Yeah, TikTok's obviously having bugs. I mean, I've been in streams before where this type of stuff has happened, and then eventually it fixes itself. Okay, can I ask you guys something over on YouTube? Is it fine? Because then we'll know. Then we'll know if it's TikTok or not. Let me know if it's okay over there, and then we'll know if it's TikTok or not.
New information. This
you can see it now. Okay, I know. I just want to. This is how we check. Yeah. So okay. So it's fine. Okay. So it's TikTok, guys. Because it's a dual stream, so it's okay over there. So TikTok's having issues. I apologize for whatever sort of issues you're having. Hopefully they go away. It's working good here. Okay. Yeah. So it's a TikTok issue, unfortunately. Appreciate the follow, guys. Okay. Here we go. Let's take a look at our latest Rufus Run 18Z. Let's dive down here into Texas. All right, hot, nice, warm Texas. 18Z. We're past this. Definitely a little bit down here. Look what our Rufus still sees happening down here though. Houston tonight. Dang, tomorrow morning we're talking about like 7, 8 in the morning. Loud. That was 12Z. Let's come up here. There we go. Okay, this makes much more sense. Still, strong storms through Houston. Let's go into the HRRR so we can see at least the latest.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, so still looking like we could get some potential supercell formation here and some strong storms forming moving forward. Definitely a downtrend though. I would say we're really seeing this region down here, southwest, kind of central Texas. That looks to be the biggest threat still. And then Houston as we get into tomorrow morning, and then I think Louisiana is going to get interesting tomorrow as well, or as we call it, Louisiana. Here we go. Here we go. Interesting. I'm not seeing much. Yeah, you know, we'll see. If you get too much rainfall tonight into tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening, you're not going to see much severe weather from this. So may see a downtrend tomorrow as well. I'm still a little bit nervous about what happens down here in Houston. Our dew points are sky high down here as compared to up here. So I think you could get some weird, super late night, early morning, severe storms capable of producing winds, damaging winds, large-scale tornadoes in Houston. So let's pay attention to that. Overall, how's the SBC changed this? You can see we're going into day 1 categorical Here's our tornado threat for today. Update it. Still 5%. Portions of Dallas, Fort Worth. Really Fort Worth, not Dallas, but then moving into tomorrow, 4-panel. Here's our tornado. This is the most important part, tornado threat, and this is again Houston tomorrow morning and evening potentially. Categorical for tomorrow. Here's everyone that could be affected. Dark green and yellow. That's our marginal to slight risk, and then up here the lighter green. That's your general thunderstorm risk. Okay, so that's what's going on with severe weather. A little bit of a downtrend right now. Not much going on, so I don't feel as bad about missing the beginning of today. But we still have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. Like I said, I just yelled through my mic. Some strong damaging wind events happening down here. Big Lake down towards Fort Stockton. So, and these are moving east.
Stop here anytime soon.
Look at all this rainfall as well, guys.
Yeah, the water was starting to go across the road ahead of me too.
That's why flash flooding is always an issue.
Stop raining then.
Remember, on TikTok, you can hit full screen and turn your phone sideways to get the full, much bigger live. So someone else just came over. Yeah, if you guys are watching me on TikTok, if you're having issues with the stream, you can jump over on YouTube. There's no issues on the stream over there. Yeah, you can do that.
To the highway. Oh man, I don't know.
Look at this flooding that's happening down here in southwestern Texas.
If the terrain wasn't so flat, I would. But it's flat, so I don't know. I'm gonna take a gamble and not do it.
Okay. Now, really quickly, let's take a look at what's going on in the tropics. Starting to look pretty impressive. Remember, the only reason this has been a tropical storm for so long, we're about to have a hurricane. Yeah, our gusts are already hurricane strength. The only reason this has taken so long to strengthen is we had some what we call westerly shear. Winds moving from the west, and it was shearing off this side of the storm. That was causing our storm not to be able to wrap up. If the storm can't wrap up and close off its eye, create an eye wall, then what will happen is those winds will continue to disrupt the circulation, the cyclonic motion of the storm, and dry air can more easily be wrapped into it, which doesn't allow for that moisture to rise and condense and release heat that fuels the hurricane. But this westerly shear led up, and now instead of our low pressure center being out to the west and with a big tilted storm, now our low pressure center is in the middle. So we might have an eye very soon. I think this is going to be a Cat 5 easily. I wouldn't say easily. I'm 70-80% sure we're going to get a Cat 5 here. Storms a lot of times that are over this in this favorable of an environment. We have very low shear environment here, very warm waters, very moist air. They typically don't just decide, I'm going to stop at Cat 4, especially not in today's day and age. So I think we're going to get a Cat 5 here. I think we'll get a Cat 5 here. It's just a conducive environment. So, you know, listen, I want to show you a couple things real quick here. There are some models that do still have this storm trying to go more towards Florida. We can take a look at here's our NHC forecast, okay? Here's our NHC forecast, right? And we have this simply staying far away from the states, which would be good. Unfortunately, a direct impact into Jamaica. This was going to be devastating, catastrophic for Jamaica, unfortunately. This is not good news. So pray for Jamaica. This is not good news. Now, if we were UK, and regardless of if this makes a landfall in Jamaica or not, they're going to have terrible storm surge, flooding. I hope it doesn't make a direct landfall because we don't need the wind aspect as well, although it's still going to get windy. If we take a look at our UKM, so UK, you can see here, some of these models actually take it, put Florida in the cone of uncertainty, right here. So this would be a little bit more concerning. And now this is what I'm talking about. This is what I was talking about earlier. If it misses, a trough is going to move down and try to grab this storm and push it off to the northeast. I'd say we got an 80-90% chance of that happening. There is a case where it doesn't have enough influence on the storm, or the storm dives down a little bit to the south, or takes longer, or doesn't strengthen as quick as we think. And then if it doesn't strengthen, it's a weaker storm. It's not going to be as influenced by our steering to the north, our steering current. So if it stays weaker, if it floats a little bit farther south and it misses that, suddenly you have a storm that's heading towards Florida. Odds of that, pretty low. Pretty low. So no need to worry for Florida right now. If that does happen, you'll have plenty of time to prepare, but the odds of it happening are low. Going over here, taking a look at our euro. Here's what our euro thinks, okay? A little bit farther west. Still does get the cone of uncertainty pretty close out there to Florida. But right now, Florida looks like it's in a pretty good spot. Unfortunately, again, like I said, both the euro and NHC, National Hurricane Center cones, do have it going directly over Jamaica. And then it would likely, if it did that, weaken pretty quick as it approaches Cuba because of elevation. Elevation would disturb that cyclonic motion as well. And then we would also have a wind shear from the trough to the north. That's actually the steering current for it. So that's what's going on with that. Let me hop out of here real quick. 1 second. Let's hop out of here. I'll keep that in the bottom corner. Okay. Last thing I want to talk about, and then I'll take everyone's questions, is some cold and snow. Cold and snowy stuff coming up here. Let's take a look at some of our latest models. Yali. TD Cam, Yali, KJ, Confused Blonde, Extremely Confused Blonde. So it's not going to hit Florida. I wouldn't say 100% it's not. I would say it's very likely. It's very unlikely. Very unlikely to hit Florida, yes. You could still have some potentially outer bands, a little bit of minor surge. Listen, Florida doesn't have to worry right now. Quickly to show you this as well. Here's what our Google DeepMind GenCast model sees. A lot of look at the agreeability on this of this system actually just chucking up to the north here. But again, the Google DeepMind GenCast and FNV3 model runs. Remember our hurricane earlier in the season that we thought was going to make landfall in the southeast, and then it went whoop like this because we had another system out here. Well, originally all the models actually completely agreed in a landfall, so this could. That's what I'm saying. You could still have this be wrong. Stalled out storms are hard to predict as well, and the storm is moving very slow right now. So anyways, getting into snow and all the fun stuff. Here's our latest Euro temperature anomalies. Warm air moving back into the west, cold air sinking into the east. Enjoy this as we go through this weekend. Below average temperatures across much of the east and midwest. We get into early next week. Continued cold out here in the east and continued cold up here in the northwest. We're starting to get a little bit of a ridge trying to build back up in the plains here. You can see right there. And then we're going to move forward into the middle of next week. Okay, now we have, this is actually a storm system. You can tell by this would be a low, the spin that we have in this. Trough digging down on a little bit of a storm system here, kind of a bowling ball trough. So this is going to bring cold air along with it. And where's that cold air going to settle? Out here. Why? Because we have blocking to the north, negative NAM. So this cold air is going to come out here and, oh, look. Why doesn't it just keep moving? Look, it stalls, and it stalls, and it stalls, and it stalls, and it lingers because what's happening up here with blocking. Easier way to look at this, and this is what we've been talking about for days, and it's happening around the November 4th, 5th. Before this is going to be before that time frame, a little bit before, but North America, here we go. Storm system moving in. Now, typically this would want to move through and move out. Now we're starting to get blocking out here, down here. So this air is going to get stuck. This cold air is going to get stuck. Look at all of this blocking. See, it tries to move out, and this says, not so fast. Not so fast. This wants to move out in this direction. Not so fast. See that? And it keeps spinning there. Keeps all that cool air. Now our jet stream wants to keep doing that. Look. Here we go. Another dive. Another dive of cold air. Right back down along that jet stream path. This is exactly what we've been talking about, what I've been talking about for weeks. That was going to set up in November. Continuous cold air push down into the east. And we're seeing potentially, I'd be annoyed if I was in the Northeast right now because this type of pattern is extremely conducive for nor'easters, but in late December, January, early February. This right here may bring a great nor'easter chance. I don't know because it's so early or late in fall, early winter, still fall. You might not be cold enough for all that snow to fall, you know, along the mid-Atlantic coast. Now, inner New England, we could see some big snow. But again, though, with that North Atlantic subpolar SST anomaly, I think we're going to have the chance for lots of blocking and lots of, and I won't say lots, 2 to 3 nor'easter chances this winter. So I think everyone along the coast here could have above average snow. Mid-Atlantic New England coast. But yeah, there we go. And then look, another one. The cold air just keeps coming. We take a look at the GFS, we'll probably see something similar. All right, here we go. Getting out here. Here's our cold air sinking in. Now the GFS keeps this cold air a little bit farther to the north. So it's actually a little bit different. So the GFS actually sees our blocking here. Here's our blocking. And wants this storm system to move through and kind of wants our blocking to push out. I don't think that's going to just dissipate like that. You rarely don't have any sort of major ridging out here. This is so much troughing. I just don't see that happening like that. So this would keep the cold air farther to the north. Still kind of a positive PNA pattern, ridging, positive ridging, PNA, Pacific North America. So, so this is still a cold pattern for the east, but not as cold on the GFS. But you can see we still get enough blocking up to the north where we have this cold air sinking. So still pretty good. If we were to take a look at the winter or snowfall outlook from the GFS and for the Euro and the latest updated models, GFS sees major blizzard snowfall for portions of, you can see here, West Virginia up through PA and the entire New England. This would be massive amounts of snow, 1 to 2 feet of snow up and down the coast here, trying to get towards the mid-Atlantic and New England coast, not quite making it. But again, if this was a little bit later in the season, but we'll see this pattern again. And then the Euro sees snow in similar areas, just not as much snow. You can see here, it does put a little bit in North Jersey, stuff like that at the end of this run. Don't look exactly where this is because this is far off. But lake effect snow, a little bit of snow at the northern plains in Minnesota. So starting to see a snowier pattern. If we were to take a look quickly, and then this is the last thing I'm going to show you. We'll take all your questions. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook across the United States. Not southern. There we go. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. Here we go. Nice and cool for the east. And this is actually not too bad for the plains. We're not in that big ridge. This is slightly above average. It's still going to be pretty cool. And then and then again, 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. We're still staying cool across much of the east. A little bit of a warm up through the plains here, but I'm a little bit skeptical on. This. I think the plains could actually be a little bit colder than they're saying, because if we actually do take a look at how this cold air is moving in, okay, this is very cold air for the plains. It's not accounting that. So you'll see how it brings this cold air through. It shoots it through. I think it shoots through and then it stalls. This cold air stalls around here. I think we could have this. I think we could have this cold air out here lingering around a little bit longer in the plains. I don't know if we're going to get this big push all the way out to the east. We may actually end up being like this here instead of up into upper New England, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, what's going on, guys? What questions do we have? Obviously with Milton, if you have enough shear and then the right supporting casts, which we will have, then yes, tornadoes are absolutely on the table for outer bands. Yes, correct. That's one of the dangerous things about tropical systems passing nearby, is you're going to get a lot of, you're going to have a lot of vorticity and helicity along the outer band lines. So, and shear is almost guaranteed. Yeah. Anywhere outer bands impact could theoretically see the possibility of tornadoes. Yeah. What's the timing of the storms in Houston? We can take a look at that. Someone just asked that. Here, we'll take a look real quick. What do you think the timing of the storms in Houston are? I want to get to your guys' questions as quick as I can. No, sorry, let's get back here. I'll keep this down here, but we'll keep it down in South Central Texas. And let's take a look at the latest HRRR. What it thinks about Houston storms. Here we go. Right now, it thinks we could have some strong to severe thunderstorms moving into Houston. This would be at around 7, 8 a.m. tomorrow, give or take an hour. This could change, storm speed up, slow down, but it's going to be tomorrow morning. What's the winter outlook for Boston? Inner New England, I think, is going to do much better. It's going to see a lot more snowstorms. I don't expect Boston to see a ton of snowstorms, but I expect Boston to see 1 or 2 big snowstorms. I think we're going to get a nice nor'easter up in Boston this year. So I wouldn't be surprised if Boston had above average snow this year, but I don't think it's going to be from 20 snowstorms. I think it's going to be from one or a couple. Just based on our ENSO and SSTs and all sorts of other weird stuff. Is the stratosphere polar vortex collapse still on the table? Oh, it's not on the table. It's very likely to happen. It's more likely to happen during La Niñas. It's more likely to happen during weak La Niñas, especially when you have a warm NPO, and especially when you have above average ice and snow up there, which we do. So if we were to take a look at that, take a look at the stratosphere real quick. We'll go U.S., Northern Hemisphere, Stratosphere, 10 millibar height anomaly. Here we go. We already have warm anomalies over the stratosphere. This is already setting up for a break. We currently have warm anomalies over the stratospheric polar, over the stratosphere up in the Arctic. Look, moving forward. Look at this warmth. Look at that bubble of warmth over the stratosphere. That's an anomaly. Look at this. And then boom, that right there is a collapse, November 4th.
New information.
You see what happens there? That right there is a major collapse over Siberia. Now, expect that this will create some large troughing wobbles that will rotate over to the States. But again, you can see a lagging effect on that. See how it moves over? Okay, here we go. Watch the collapse. This is a model, but there's I fully agree with the model. Boom, you see all that cold air right there. There's a collapse right there, right around like the third, fourth, and then that cold air starts to move across. And then here we go as we get into, now this could be a little bit later than we think, guys. We get into around between the 8th and the 14th. That could be major. Major cold air in November. Major breakdown of stratospheric polar vortex in November. Usually you don't get these stratospheric polar vortexes until deep into winter, more December, January, but they can happen as you get in the late fall. You typically don't see this types of stuff over summer or spring, early fall. You typically don't see it. You got a subtropical jet. You don't have a strong polar jet or any strong ridging and stuff like that happening. It's more of a kind of neutral flow, westerly, easterly flow, or westerly flow, around the globe in the northern hemisphere during summer. So you don't get these big punches of warm air that disrupt any sort of in your vortexes. There's no cold. There's the cold air, major cold air is not there. So this is usually a deep, when you're deep into winter. Yeah, it was uploaded a month ago, and I'm actually getting a new one out. I was going to upload it the other day, but I decided to get my second training video out. So hopefully I can get that video out tomorrow morning or this weekend. Yeehaw! Ride him, cowboy. I definitely missed that by a mile. I appreciate you. Ollie B, what's going on? April, Connie. Do you know how New York is for weather? I expect New York, like I said, to have 1 or 2 big snowstorms. Not a ton of snowstorms, but I think we're going to have a nor'easter on the table for the Mid-Atlantic and New England. Definitely. Let's see what's going on with our severe weather right now. Like I said, I'm not going to be on too long today. Family's in town, seeing the kids, house for the first time. There's too much going on to not get on today. So there's just, here we go. Again, some severe thunderstorms down here. Severe thunderstorm warning, 70-mile-per-hour winds. And I don't see any sort of rotation, anything too concerning right now. What do we have? A total of 11 active alerts, 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. That's it. No tornado warnings. Baby's doing really good, except for she has a high fever right now, 103. She did get a vaccine the other day, RSV, whatever. I personally hate getting vaccines because every time I get a vaccine, I get sick. So I just eventually, I don't think I've gotten the flu shot in like a decade, 10 years. Because when I was younger, every time I get the flu shot, I'd get sick. And I said, okay, I'm done with this crap. So personally, I was like, my wife was taking her and I was like, ugh, I feel like she's going to get sick. And of course she did. Yes, if your TikTok stream is going black, I'm on YouTube. It is TikTok's issue, and I know that because we're having no issues on YouTube. So it's not my streaming. It's an issue with TikTok. Every once in a blue moon, TikTok has some weird bugs when they update it, which makes it hard to watch the streams. Appreciate the 13 new followers. But yeah, hey, I'd love to grow some followers over on YouTube. So if you guys want to go subscribe over there, it'd be great. Okay, do not block Derek Jones because that's not true. People always come and say that stuff. He ain't giving nobody money. All right. So yeah, severe weather is not looking too dangerous. But again, let's take a look at our tornado outlook tomorrow. This is our issue tomorrow. This would be probably morning, afternoon, and evening more out here. 2 to 5% tornado threat. Any severe weather for Dallas, Texas? Yeah, potentially later today. We do have you guys at Fort Worth right on the border of that 5% tornado risk, and then Dallas is in the 2% tornado risk. This is going to be a little bit later in the evening. You have some time. Right now, it's not looking too severe. We were just looking at the mesoscale analysis. The parameters aren't looking crazy. We don't have any crazy violent or SIGTOR parameters up here to the north. A little bit of violent SIGTOR parameters down here. Our shear isn't doing anything too scary. Our helicity isn't doing anything too scary up here. I think this is going to be a little bit of a downtrend, a little bit of a dud today. Hey, I appreciate the sub. What does that say? TD Law. I feel like I need to make that bigger. I appreciate that. Another streamer I follow has been having the same issues on TikTok. Yeah, it's a TikTok issue. That's the only good thing about dual streaming. If sometimes I'll have an issue on one of the streams and I can quickly be like, is my other stream doing okay? And if my other stream's having the same issue, it's my software or internet. If my other stream is perfectly fine, it's typically either TikTok or YouTube that's messing up.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
What about McKinney? McKinney? Where's that?
A new severe
How's Northwest
thunderstorm
Ohio going to look for the winter? Well, typically Northwest Ohio has above average precipitation and below average temperatures. Tell me, over this type of setup, weak La Nina winter with the type of SSTs anomalies we have. What do you think, Allie? What do you think above average precipitation and below average temperatures means snow-wise for you? Arnold, is it McKinney or McKinney? Where is that? I might give Matt a call and see what he thinks about today. He's going to say, it's a dud. I'm wasting my time. It means heavy snow, Allie. I think we're going to have a good snow year in Northwestern Ohio. I like Northwestern Ohio for snow. Let's give Matthew a call. Oh, I got more Red Bulls. My top Red Bull fridge is full and my bottom one. Got like 100 and something Red Bulls now. Rest in peace, Lucas the Gecko. Yeah. I lost my gecko a while ago, too. No, I'm sorry. That's a bad joke. I don't have a gecko. Jesus. Okay. Is there snow anywhere that's just random? I can show you that. Wait. One second, guys. B, I just saw your text. Why is my phone not on? Oh, it's on silent. That's why. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I see what you said. That's annoying. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, not looking too bad over here. Precipitation forecast, too. I want to show you guys this. Excessive rainfall. Everyone. Everyone's getting rainfall, but it doesn't look too crazy when it comes to, look at this. Look at our 48-hour rainfall projections here. Jeez. Monroe, Shreveport, Tyler, Dallas-Fort Worth. I mean, Oklahoma City, Tulsa. College Station, Killeen, Austin, Houston, Galveston, Beaumont, Baton Rouge. Potentially Baton Rouge. Look at this rainfall. Look at our 5-day rainfall. Nice for you guys down here. Plenty of rainfall. Okay, let's get back up here. All right, if no one has any questions about severe weather, tropics. Actually, you know what? I haven't really gone into the tropics. I want to talk about that for a second because this is a little bit interesting as well. Current storms. Melissa, Melly Belly. Yeah, here's a go. NHE expecting this to make a direct landfall as a major hurricane in Jamaica, which is not
This
good.
flash flood warning has been updated.
We should look at some of these flash flood warnings as well. Intensity forecasting. You can see we've got multiple hurricane models. This is the HAVS A, the HMON, and the HAVS B. Yes, I can read that. HAVS A, HMON, and HAVS B. So these are what we would consider our top hurricane models. Are expecting Cat 4 strength. 120 plus knot winds, 140 plus mile per hour winds. A little bit of an update on some of our routes here. We're seeing some push a little bit farther, or some of our tracking here. Okay, we're seeing some push a little bit farther to the west, but we're still looking pretty good here. You can see where the consensus is. This is on our GPS. Consensus brings it somewhat close to Florida, but far enough out. There's our consensus. Our average. And then you've got GEFS. You've got some
severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Some tracks getting a little wild out there as well too. So taking a look really quickly at our forecast model. We're gonna go Western Atlantic. Let's take a look at the latest GFS. It's updating now. So let's go back to the 12Z. Yeah, GFS has it zooming off there. We know that. And the GFS wants another tropical cyclone out here in November. It's not impossible. Hurricane season is until the end of November. But I'm not too concerned about that. What's our latest Euro showing for our system here? Same type of thing. Does not see another tropical storm out there. Hurricane H-Wharf. Where is the H-Wharf going? To the west of Jamaica and then making a turn up. That's good. That's fine. I mean, it's not good for Jamaica, but Jamaica's going to get impacted regardless of where this thing goes. It's going to move in that direction, unfortunately. Okay, so we see the same thing from the HMON. Has a model. Has a very intense drop. Oh, my God. Has this thing getting down to 902 millibars still. That's a strong Cat 5, not just Cat 5. This would be so devastating for Jamaica. We do not want that to happen. Unfortunately, I think Jamaica is going to deal with some Cat 5 conditions. Down to a 911, 912, 914, right over Jamaica. This is terrible. These hurricane models are absolutely decimating Jamaica. I hope people got out of there, people who could. I know not everyone could just hop on a plane and leave. But we're going to hear some bad stories out of Jamaica, I promise you. It's not good. Not good at all. It sucks. Yes, it is glitching. TikTok is glitching. It's not me. It's TikTok. I promise, guys. We've already, yeah. I feel like a kid that was put it a quarter. Oh, I was gonna give Matt a quick call. He's gonna be like, "Oh my God, it's a bust. I'm so bored." That's what he's gonna say about the severe weather. Let me turn this down so you guys can hear him. Let me know if you can hear him when he answers. If he answers, but he usually does. Let's see. Mezzo Matthew. That son of a gun. That son of a gun. All right, guys, can I stretch for a second and get a Red Bull? Anyone has any questions about severe weather, about winter outlook, about what my opinions on Melissa are, just let me know. I got to stretch real quick. I'm an old man. I haven't stretched on stream in a while. I used to stretch on stream all the time. I haven't been able to go to the gym in weeks because I work too much.
This flash flood warning has been
So the least
updated.
I can do is stretch. Hi, fishy. You gonna say hi to the stream? Come here. I'll let you say hi to the stream. Come here. 1 second. Wait. Come here. All right, you gonna say hi to the stream? Come say that right here. Come say hi, stream.
Hi.
Hi,
stream.
There you go. Oh, they can't see you. Let's try one more time. Okay, you gotta talk right into this and say hi, stream. Oh, they still can't see you. Here, talk right into this. Say. Oh wait, why can't they? Oh here. Okay, ready? Say hi, stream.
Hi, stream.
Okay. Say bye, stream.
Hi, stream.
Okay. Daddy's gonna finish and then we'll go play. Okay.
Spin.
Okay, quick spin. All right, let me finish. Close the door. Close the door. Slam it. Slam the door. Nice. All right. No, it's not my son. It's just some random kid I saw on the street, so I brought him inside. Oh, yeah, that's my son. Leanne Cantori is also around. When would this Cat 5 reach Jamaica? I mean, right now, timing wise, it's looking like about 93 hours out if you trust the NHC, which I trust them a decent amount. So they're thinking around the 28th, 3 to 4 days. But I mean, Jamaica's going to start seeing impacts from this thing in 24 to 48 hours, 24 hours. Well, we already have some outer bands trying to reach out there.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Thanks, guys. He came in this room the other day. Fisher, okay. Okay, Daddy's streaming. I need to finish.
Come on.
Thank you. Almost done. Oh, here comes the dog. He came in here this morning and he put my headphones on and he said, "Daddy, I'm streaming." I said, "Oh gosh, I'm raising a little streamer." Good for him. He should start earlier than me. What is Texas receiving over this weekend? Rainfall wise, a lot. Here, let's go back over to here. What we were just looking at. There, yeah, we'll go there. Okay. Are you talking about rainfall wise? Request question. Okay. Multi-day. Here's our 72-hour rainfall in Texas. I mean, here's our 48-hour rainfall in Texas. Look at this. Most of the state of Texas is receiving a ton of rain. We could see 7, 8, 9 inches locally. What's going on, George? Again, severe weather moving across the state today, of course. Really affecting, oh, come on. Let's get back over here. Really affecting this region, obviously, mostly today. But then we're going to have a severe threat down here from Houston all the way out towards Baton Rouge tomorrow and Shreveport, Monroe. OKC looks pretty good. I mean, I think they updated the categorical recently. You guys are at the top of this marginal. There's just, I'd say flash flooding is the biggest concern for OKC. We're not seeing a ton of severe weather right now. It's underperforming, which is good. That's right, baby Cantori, baby C. It's a good thing I can't have any more kids. I usually spin him around a ton for like 30 seconds because he likes when I do that. And then he gets up and he wobbles around and falls on the carpet. And then he goes, again. He'll do that for like an hour straight. I don't do it over and over because I don't think that's good for his little brain. But a couple times. She's a week old now. Has she created a Twitch or YouTube yet? Madison, I appreciate the follow. Thank you. I know some other people followed. I probably missed that.
Temple, Texas.
Yeah, it's just not worth it going up there for me. I'm good on that. Especially since I'm gonna be way back south again tomorrow, probably.
Abilene, Cook County.
Yeah, I kind of wish I would have stuck with this turn or go back up there, but the cloud cover like really turned me away from it.
Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Like, they're still locked in clouds out there, so I don't even think that's gonna amount to anything.
I know these storm chasers are like, what the heck? Where is everyone? Or where's all these storms? I have another storm chaser I think I subbed to I can use on here. Let me see. Is he streaming? No, he's not streaming. Okay, that's fine. we'll keep watching this for a little bit. What's the best Red Bull? Only one answer is correct. I'll tell you the ones I don't. I've had a ton of Red Bulls here. I'll tell you the ones I don't really like that I thought I would. Watermelon. Okay, it's not pronounced watermelon. It's pronounced watermelon. Not a big fan of that. Wildberry. Not a big fan of it. What's the orange one? Apricot, whatever. Is that what it is? I like that one. I like that one. And Tropical's okay. The yellow one. And, of course, original for me is, like, fire. There's a green one my wife keeps talking about. We were supposed to get shipped in from my cousin. I think my cousin's colorblind because she had sent us a shipment of yellow Red Bulls. And I got on the phone with her. I was like, we requested green Red Bulls. I know. I'm being like, I'm such a-hole. She's sending me Red Bulls for free. And I'm like, you sent me the wrong ones. But she works for Red Bull, so she gets them free. I'm on her little list. So anyways, but I go, we wanted the green one. She goes, oh, I thought I sent you the green ones. And I go, no, you sent us the yellow ones. So then this month we got our pack of a ton of Red Bulls, and it's the yellow ones again. So she 100% is thinking the yellow ones are the green ones. I just learned my cousin's colorblind. So I'm going to have to tell her whatever the name of the flavor is of the green ones. Does anyone know? Yeah, apricot strawberry or something like that. It's good. I really like the orange ones. Make a poll of favorite Red Bulls. I'd have to list them all out. I don't know all the names. It's to take me too long right now. I'll do that on Discord.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
If you guys want to join my Discord, it's a lot of fun. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. It's literally the name of my channel. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. No apostrophe though, I don't think. Right, guys? Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Add me on Discord as a friend, and I'll add you to the Discord. Tons of weather enthusiasts. All the weather information you need to know is in there, and I'm putting updates in there every day on everything that's going on that could affect the states, sometimes globally, mostly the states. Outlooks and all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah, whatever the green one is. What's the green one? Okay, it's called dragon fruit, I think. Oh, but there's two types. There's dragon fruit and there's elderflower. Should probably figure out which one. So has anyone had dragon fruit or elderflower Red Bull? Oh, do you think the outlook for snow in the country is going to be above average? Yes. We typically see below average temperatures and above average snowfall in weak La Nina years. As a whole, as an average for the whole country, yes. La Ninas are typically wintry years. Our La Ninas are typically more wintry winters. That's what I'm trying to say. El Ninos are typically less wintry winters, but they do give better chances for cold and snow in the south. So if you're in the south, you actually like it. If you like winter. I think Delaware could get over 12 to 15 inches because I think you could get that in one storm. I think we're going to have a return of the mighty nor'easter this year. I'm pretty convinced of it. Dragon fruit is crazy good. Okay, that's what I'm going to have to get. I'm using WeatherWise. I've got Radar Omega open right here. I've got Windy open right here. Sometimes we pop open WSV3. Yeah. This sugar-free Red Bull. Normal. All right. I'm going to expose myself, guys, but who wants to guess why? Well, you'll never guess. Maybe. I had to stop drinking regular Red Bull for a long period of time. Can anyone guess why? Like, I couldn't stand the taste of regular Red Bull for a long period of time. I finally like it again. Can anyone guess why? I feel like this happens to a decent amount of people. In the summer, Juneberry is the way to go. Ooh, I don't think I've tried that. Not the nope, not sugar, not caffeine. Wife was pregnant. To be fair, yes, we didn't have as much energy drinks because she couldn't drink any. That's no. Mine's much worse than this stuff. I went through a period of my life where all I liked drinking was vodka Red Bull. Like, it didn't matter where I was. I just loved vodka Red Bulls. It's because I'm totally addicted to caffeine too. And I got to the point where I got so sick of it that I literally went years without, I could not stand the taste of a regular Red Bull. And then so much time had passed, I was like, oh, I'll try regular Red Bull again. I didn't have regular Red Bull for like 6 years. And then so much time had passed, and I tried a regular Red Bull again, and I was like, oh, this is delicious, because I'd forgotten the taste of it. But I got so sick of regular Red Bull because every time I would taste it, all I tasted was vodka. So like I'd try to have like a Red Bull at work, and I tasted it. To me, my brain told me I was drinking vodka. I couldn't stand the taste of regular Red Bull. All my brain told me was vodka. But I took a big break from that, so now I enjoy regular Red Bull again. And it's probably good I'm not drinking a ton of Red Bull vodkas anymore. I think that was a different part of my life. It's when I was living in Los Angeles and bartending with no kids. Starting to see a little bit of weird collapse of this storm right now. I think what it's doing right now is it's trying. If this thing shrinks actually like we're seeing, we could get an eye quickly. The smaller the storm is, the quicker it intensifies. Because the less ground it has to coverage when it's producing that heat to grow the system. So, or to strengthen the system. So we could be getting a little bit of a shrink and eye replacement cycle happening here. Which means I think over the next 12 to 24 hours, we may be all the way at Cat 2, even though they think we're not going to be that quickly. Yeah, it's been reforming, Leanne. Yeah, it looks like it is. It's trying to really get itself together. I mean, look at this. There's no westerly shear anymore. This is the time to do it. We can see. Let's see how healthy the storm environment is. Quickest way. By the way, if you do join my Discord, all of the links that I use, what I'm about to pull up here, all these websites here with our Google GenCast models and everything. What I'm about to pull up here, which is going to be it's really good for hurricanes. So we can look at the wind shear. If I zoom in here, check it out. Here's where our system is. The green and yellow mean I would say the green means this is a very conducive environment, very low wind shear. There's our storm right here. It's in this green low shear environment, and out to the west here. All these links are actually in my Discord in the area that says I don't know, whatever it's called. It's the area with all the links. So very conducive environment wind shear wise for strengthening right now. And then if we take a look at our dry air, look at this. Oh, we've got dry air up to the north and west, but we're good. We're good in this region here, right? Here's all our dry air up here. So, wow, it looks really good satellite wise, doesn't it? Let me look at something actually. Let me actually go, well. Let me go to this. I want to take a look at this real quick. Let's go to True Color. It's looking nice. Oh, big burst of convection. It's strengthening it. It's forming an eye 100%. Watch this big burst of convection at the end. Look at that right there. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, there it is. That's a sign of strengthening. That's a sign of strength. You're seeing it out here as well. And it's got that eye in the center now. We could have an actual eye, I think, 12 to 24 hours. A clear eye. Sometimes we get these big bursts of convection and they struggle to get itself together, but this environment's so conducive, I don't think it's gonna. Look at that big blow up of convection, guys. Right there. That's a really strong sign of a strengthening system. Oh, yeah. Let's look at our water vapor. Plenty of moist air. We're not seeing that classic fanning off of clouds quite yet, but we'll see that shortly. We're seeing it out here. Out here, but we're still a little bit choked down on the west side. That's going to change soon, though. That'll change soon. Reed Timber. I'm going to start calling him that. Reed Timber is saying that it's going to be the strongest hurricane on record. Well, I don't think he'd be saying it's going to be. He's probably saying it could be, because I know Reed wouldn't just state that. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. I agree with Reed. It could be. We had a model. We had the halves B model yesterday. Was it yesterday? Saying the storm could get down to 860 something millibars. That would be the lowest central pressure for a tropical cyclone on planet Earth. Not just in the Atlantic Basin. I think the lowest ever is 872 millibars for a typhoon in 1974. Something like that, right? Leon Cantori, what is it? Lowest ever central pressure tropical cyclone. 870 millibars, 1979. What do I know? I said 74. It was 79. What did I say? 72, 872. It was 870. Guys, I'm an idiot. Don't trust anything I say. I was off by 2 millibars in 5 years. Don't trust anything I say. Don't trust anything I say. Clearly, I'm just making stuff up. I really thought it was 74, though. Well, at least I got the decade right, the 70s. And I did get 9 and 870s millibar. Okay. It was close enough. There it is, black screen. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Yep. Wait, did you mean it could go through IR and make it a Cat 5? You said it could go through RI. I replacement? Oh, wait, that wouldn't be I. That'd be E. RE. You meant to say RE. No, ER. What do we call it? ERC. I replacement cycle. ERC. That's what it's called. ERC. Meteorological terms, right? ERC. It could go through ERC. Eye replacement cycle. I think it's ERC, not EWRC. Oh, RI. Okay, here. Listen. Wait. So wait, what were you saying, Leanne? Is it EWRC? No, it's ERC. You guys are making me question everything. Oh, employment retention credit. No, that's not what I'm looking at. ERC weather. The weather term. Here we go. Energy release component. No. Okay, there's a bunch of different ERCs here in weather, I guess. Eye replacement cycle abbreviation. When you guys aren't asking enough questions, I like to look to verify stuff like this. ERC. It's ERC. It's ERC. ERC, eye replacement cycle. Hey, B. Yeah, B, I thought you were just being rude this whole time. I'm just kidding. Xtina de Blista. Oh, rapid intensification. Duh. Oh my gosh, guys. I've never heard someone call rapid intensification RI, though, if I'm being honest. I'm not saying that they don't. Oh, you're right. Even on Wikipedia, they have it as RI. You're right. I've always just called it rapid intensification. I never abbreviate it rapid intensification, but that's good to know, so I can say less. But I'm still going to say rapid intensification because I think if I'm talking to like a community or if I'm talking to viewers, they're not going to understand RI. I also never say ERC. I say eye replacement cycle, so it's the same thing. Unless I'm talking to like Matt, then I use abbreviations. That's so weird that I've probably heard people use RI before and I just wasn't thinking about it. What's going on, revision? 3R. Yeah, this thing is... Look at that. Look at that big burst of convection at the end of this, guys. Here you go. Here comes our strengthening system. Oh, I forgot. We're on Radar Omega. We can see if we're getting any hurricane reconnaissance flights. Hurricane hunters. I hate the reconnaissance. They're hurricane hunters. They're hurricane cowboys, okay? They're hurricane cowboys. Let's see if the hurricane cowboys are flying into the storm. Tropical weather, hurricane hunters. They changed to hurricane cowboys. Here we go. That was 6 minutes ago. Ooh, 4 minutes ago. But where is that one? Okay, so this one's just starting out here. So we don't need that one. Okay, let's get back in here. I want to go back. I hate that it makes you have to go back into it every single time. It's so annoying. They really need to fix this. Love you, Radar Omega, but you shouldn't have to keep going and picking it up or opening it like that. Okay, this one's getting close. All right, this is going to be the one that we're looking at. Here's our flight. Starting to get a lower pressure, barometric pressure here. Okay, we have an aircraft altitude, air temperature, aircraft pressure. I don't really care about aircraft pressure. Surface pressure. There we go. 1,005. As this gets in here, this is the perfect time. This is the perfect time for our hurricane cowboys to be flying into the hurricane. That's, guys, we should put that on some merch. Hurricane cowboy. Oh, B, I wanted to show you something. Well, mods, I wanted to show you something in general. While we're chilling and not too many people are asking questions. What do we think about this color scheme here that I just put in here? Wait. This one. Right here. With the... Right? I saw this color and I said, oh heck yeah. With that. And then it has the sleeve. And then it would have the sleeve too. Okay. Well, when we do our next merch giveaway, we'll include this. The merch should be on the way for or should be, I'd say 4 to 5 days away for the people who won this last time.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Yeah. I love, the neutrals are the way to go. Yeah, I got merch. ConnorsClimateCorner.com. If you do join the Discord, though, you have a chance every month to win free merch. Anything you pick on there, I pay for it and I send it. We just did 2. Just add me on Discord, Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. And then, like, once a month, I'm trying to do twice a month, we'll do merch giveaways where literally you just comment on or react to one of my posts on the Discord and then you instantly get entered and you can win. We do a live spin on stream and we show the winners on stream and they pick whatever they want. Wait, George, what's going on? I missed that. Yeah. Well, I see this. Yeah, this one's kind of in the storm, not fully in the storm. I like the way they have this set up now. You can see peak wind speed. Although, is this our surface wind? Yeah, this has to be our surface wind. This isn't where the plane is. Wait, why isn't it showing you this when I pop it up? Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. That's why. Hey, Leanne Cantori, there's no way this is our aircraft wind, correct? This is our surface wind. 19 knots. Aircraft level? Absolutely not. I don't know why it doesn't say surface, though. I don't know why it doesn't say surface. I feel like it should. Thanks for tagging that, Jasmine. Snowy time. We can look at some of that in a second. Snowy time. How's it look for Kingston? Are we talking Jamaica? I'm not even trying to freak anyone out, but not good. If you're in Jamaica, I hope people got out of Jamaica. Not everyone can, but I would say you got to be at high ground, buckle down, because most scenarios bring this thing over Jamaica as a major hurricane. Unfortunately, there's no way really getting around that. Even if it skirts to the south, like some models think. Devastating storm surge and flooding. this could be one of the. This has the potential to be the strongest hurricane to ever hit Jamaica in history, recorded history. There's multiple scenarios that show that happening. We're talking about a 920 or below millibar system over Jamaica in the next 72 hours, 96 hours. Not a good situation at all. I'm not trying to fearmonger anyone, but this is pretty serious for Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica's actually, look, you can see a lot. Parts of Jamaica are actually still pretty calm. The storm, and the reason for that is we had westerly shear, so the storm has been tilted to the east. All the worst of the storm has been out east, but that's going to change over the next 24 to 48 hours. We're going to have the storm wrap around, and these outer bands are going to start affecting Jamaica. Speed of the wind right now, it's 65 sustained, 75 mile per hour gusts. We have a Hurricane Hunter, Hurricane Cowboy flying into the system. I expect this to be a Category 1 hurricane within the next 2 hours. I think they're going to find wind speeds of at least Category 1. And again, we're expecting this to rapidly intensify. RI, rapid intensification, over the next 48 hours. This is the reason why we paid so much attention to the tropics, exactly. I've been talking to you guys about the Caribbean for quite a while. I said we're going to get something down here. I mean, we're lucky. We're lucky that this is the first major hurricane we're likely to see in the Caribbean this year, and maybe the only one, because there's been a lot of opportunities. One second, go text. Sorry, one second. Is it going to travel to other countries nearby or just Jamaica? It's going to move over likely. It's almost every single track has it moving over Cuba. Likely, most likely to affect central to southeastern Cuba, not western Cuba. Havana will likely be spared. Confused Blonde, Abysta, appreciate you guys. You're wearing a shirt that's that color right now? I love that color, Caroline, yeah. I tried to order one because I've tried to order my products so I can test them and everything. And the only issue with it is they're out of stock right now. I think because it's so popular. Because this is, let's see. Yeah, I can't get the large and I can't get the large and XL in that color right now because that material on that color is sold out of large and XL. But that's like what a lot of people like. So I'm gonna wait a little bit on that.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Plushies. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. What is happening here? Sorry, one second, guys. St. Andrew? Are we talking about down here? Looking pretty okay. Our Hurricane Hunter's getting a little bit closer. Getting a little bit closer. I really want to get this update before I get off stream. I want to get this update on the latest wind speeds. Jamaica, well, listen, it doesn't matter where you are on the island of Jamaica. Everywhere is likely to see major impacts from the storm, unfortunately. The storm is 6 times the size of, 10 times the size of Jamaica. I'm the most. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Skeleton on with leaves. I like that. It really is fall is the most wonderful time of the year, for being honest. Yeah, I mean listen, the NHC has this going directly over Kingston as a Cat 4 or Cat 5 hurricane. It's people need to be doing everything they can to prepare or get out of Jamaica right now. Not fear mongering, not trying to scare anyone, just being honest. It's not something to joke about when you have a major hurricane going directly over a considerably small island. Let me turn that off. Now you know, B, why I don't hear your text messages, because I hear that. So that sound goes off so much. That's actually my ring. Tell me there's someone outside. You know, you just prepare and make sure you're not in a low-lying area if you're in Jamaica. You don't want to be in a low-lying area. There's going to be flash flooding. You'll be all right. But I mute that, and then I don't see any of your texts. I'm going to have to just... my ring tone, not ringtone, goes off for everything. I just need to take that off, that setting off. Yeah, no, literally. Yeah, B, do you have one? Literally, though, it's so annoying. There's going to be a kid walking across the street, like, all the way on the other side of the road, and it's like... I'm like, Jesus. It could be a squirrel. This is in the Caribbean right now. Someone said, where's this at? Yeah, look at this big blow up of storms right here at the end here. Oof. A lot of times you get a lot of strengthening overnight as well. As the upper atmosphere cools over the hurricane, it actually becomes much easier for heat to rise, or for your moisture to rise. When the upper air cools, warm air can move up through that cool air much quicker, and so sometimes you see the strongest rapid intensification overnight, which we might see in this case. I mean, this is refreshing. Look, our Hurricane Hunter plane's getting in there. 21 knots at 1,003 millibars now. He's getting in there. We're getting real close. I'm excited to see what happens here. What was this random one he got out here? Okay, no, nothing. It's getting very, very close. This is what we want him to get right down in here. Let me double check on our severe weather. Not too bad. General severe thunderstorm warnings. Oh, crap. I have the hiccups. Nothing too bad. Oh, we can talk about winter for a second, too, before I get off. I'm not getting off until we see this Hurricane Hunter, Hurricane Cowboy fly through the eye, and we'll give an update on winter. Give me 1 second, guys.
New information, this considerable severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Where'd I put my Red Bull? Well, I gotta get my Red Bull. I forgot my Red Bull.
You don't get it from here?
We're still on stream.
Okay, that's why I'm staying over here.
Yeah, Michelle, we have unlimited amounts in here. Yeah, we have unlimited amounts of Red Bull. We need people to drink it.
I'm gonna have one too.
You can wave hi to stream as well.
No, I'm not ready.
And just see it.
This is the one I had the last time, right? The yellow.
That's tropical.
I'll try.
I'm telling them we have unlimited Red Bull. So they need it. Wait, which way do I point? There we go. All right, our plane's getting a little closer, guys. We gotta go because our roof kind of ripped open. Ooh. That's not good. All right. Be safe. See you. Connor will be right back. Yes, I am back. Appreciate that. Where? Okay, cool. Let's. All right, we're getting a little bit closer to the center of the storm. Let me look at the other. Look at our other one as well. Severe weather's doing all right. While we're waiting for that, let's just go over. I can go over some winter updates here, although we've kind of been over everything. We understand the pattern. I think everyone understands the pattern is very cold for the east moving forward. Very, very cold for the east. Ridiculous stratospheric warming. This is going to mean the 3rd and 4th week of November could be so cold for everyone in the U.S. But the beginning of November looks cold for the east in the U.S. Let's take a look at this real quick. GFS extended. Where's our GFS extended? Think we could see snowfall in the next 35 days. Here is what. Oh, I need to switch this, don't I, guys? You can't see what I'm talking about. Here's where the GFS thinks we could see snowfall in the next 35 days. Here's where it thinks we're going to see snow in the next 35 days. Take this with a grain of salt, of course. It doesn't know, but this is where it thinks based on our atmospheric setup right now. Conditions. Florida could see something. There are models that take tropical storm. It's probably Hurricane Melissa now. We'll figure that out soon. Close to Florida, but right now Florida looks pretty safe. Very few globals that take it or hurricane models that take it close enough. Yeah, this is possible snowfall over the next 35 days. That's the GFS. We've got Euro. There's what the European thinks over the next 32 days. Here's what the European thinks over the next 46 days. They do want to put early, like I said, they want to put early snowfall along potentially the New England and Mid-Atlantic coast here. So that'd be interesting. Again, we usually don't see snowfall that early into the season. This would be through December 9th. That'd be early snowfall along the coast. So pretty aggressive with snowfall. Early season snowfall up here, obviously. Lake effect snow in western Michigan. And the Pacific Northwest is getting absolutely dumped on. We can actually see that when we look at... One second. We can actually see that when we look right here. Look at what's happening in western U.S. Let this load. Look at that. Look at this. Revelstoke, Whistler. Great skiing right now. Great early season skiing. Look at that flow. This is heavy snow in the mountains out here. Cold rain at low elevation. This is what is bringing our next big cool down to the southeast, by the way. This is cold air behind this, and this is going to force its way down into the southeast, and it's going to stall in the southeast because we're going to have enough, likely going to have enough blocking up here to keep that cold air stuck in the southeast. Nice transfer of air. Canadian Arctic air down in the southeast. Really Canadian air, I'd say, this time of year. Arctic air is colder. How close is our... Okay, we're getting close. We're getting real close here. Is our pressure dropping? Okay, 30 knot peak wind speeds. 1,002 millibars now. All right, we're getting real close to the center here. Still a little bit of time to go, though. Okay, 47 knot, though. You're getting 47 knot winds out here. You're getting almost 60, 65 mile per hour winds all the way out here. So tropical storm force wind gusts are extending pretty decently far out. Not a huge storm, though, so I'm not surprised they're not extending farther out than that. 45 knots is pretty good for that distance, though. 41 knots. Let's watch as this plane dives into here. Look at that big explosion of convection. We're going to see... how does this look on our visible? It's starting to get too dark. That's annoying. Actually, let's go to our upper level water vapor. Still a little dry air out there. So yeah, you see that big explosion of moisture?
Has been issued.
This is upper level. So now all this moisture is getting into the upper level of the atmosphere, and as soon as it gets up there, it's going to condense and release heat. So here's the fuel. This storm is just getting pumped with fuel right now. Right there. Beautiful. I mean, not good. But I like, you know what I mean. Meteorologically beautiful. Scientifically beautiful. Not good for Jamaica, obviously. I don't want I don't want people to think I'm excited for this thing to strengthen and run over that country. I can't control what the system does, though. Nancy, Don, Em, I appreciate you guys. How's Washington State? Lots of cold air and lots of precipitation headed in there. You're gonna have another big cool down here coming up. Let's do this.
A new flash flood warning has been issued.
Here's our temperature anomalies out west. We go Pacific Northwest. Moving forward, big cool down, well below average temperatures moving in here, especially as we get into Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, you've got really, look, Saturday to Wednesday, well below average temperatures. We could see 15 to 20 degrees below average in Seattle out here. Probably going to be more 10 to 15 degree below average over the next 5 days. And then you'll get a little bit of warmth returning as we get into the middle and end of next week. Not expecting any low elevation rainfall, unfortunately. Or low elevation snowfall, just a lot of cold rain. From the weather nerd side, it's great to see, exactly. Or it's very interesting to see. We'll get an update on this plane in a second. We will get an update in a second. My phone doesn't recognize me when I show my face. Why isn't my phone recognizing this as me, guys? Ah! It worked.
Warning has been updated.
Okay. Anything for Texas? You got some severe weather moving going on. We can look at that again. That's why we geek out in mod chat. Yeah. Did I switch to setup? Like how everything's set up? What, on my phone? What, for my weather setup? Wait, Allie, have you not been here in a while? What are we talking? Yeah, I'm living in Minnesota now. Yeah, I know you've been in the stream recent enough to see it. I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Yeah, severe weather. We got rolling through Texas. It's quite the dud, though. We thought this would be a lot worse. It's not really. Well, I didn't check. I thought it could be, but I didn't speak about this one too much. Our storm chasers are moving out east because there's really
Here
nothing
sucks.
going on.
Everybody's bad. Like, I got half a tank left, and my range is 101 miles.
Yeah, I've been burning through gas like crazy. So is Jaden. Also, I think the cell down here near Comstock is the one models are trying to hint at that tracks towards San Antonio at some point. So, I don't know.
They're talking about this cell. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, here's our threat right now. Updated tornado threat still through much of Texas today. Almost all of Texas is in a 2 to 5% tornado threat. Then as we move into tomorrow, we're going to see southeastern Texas. We could see a tornado threat early in the morning down here through portions of Houston and the surrounding area, Bay City up towards Port Arthur. And then afternoon and evening for Baton Rouge out here towards New Orleans. Rainfall-wise, though, we definitely have excessive rainfall issues up here. We could have some flash flooding. Here's tomorrow. Excessive rainfall, flash flooding possible if you're in this region. Today, we're looking like over here. How close is our plane? Should I refresh it? Let's go like this. Okay. We'll get an update here in a second. He's probably, the next time this updates, he's probably going to be around here. Anything to expect around Buffalo, New York? I think Buffalo, New York's going to have a very, very snowy winter, above average. I'll say that. In the immediate, no severe weather. Some cold temperatures for sure. You could get some early season lake effect snow, though, here. I would say second or third week in November, you could get a big, heavy, early lake effect snow. This right here is Radar Omega, what we're looking at. No problem, Bionic. Do I think Melissa could become stronger than Milton 2024? It definitely has the potential, yeah. Yep. Could. We hope it doesn't. For Jamaica's sake and Cuba. When snow coming? Listen, if you believe the GFS, you could have a foot of snow in Pittsburgh in 10 days, but I think the GFS has that a little bit wrong. You could get some flakes in the air, though, I think, in the next 2 weeks in Pittsburgh, early season. Yeah. I mean, it's going to weaken, though, after it hits Jamaica, and then it runs into some shear up to the north here, so hopefully it'll be much weaker as it goes over Cuba. But I think we're going to have to wait a little bit and see if this thing tries to dodge our trough to the north and heads a little west of Jamaica. It'll have a little bit more time to strengthen and won't have any sort of that land interference. Although Jamaica's not much land interference. Gurr, can I change that prediction? I could, but I'd be lying to you. I feel like this plane... Here, let's refresh the plane, right? I feel like it's been there for a while. Come on, plane. Fly a little faster. All right, let's see. The other plane's right out here, a little bit farther. Oh, here we go. Here we go, guys. Yeah, I think we have a hurricane. 991 millibars. Wow, I got something stuck in my throat now. 991 millibars. I think we have a hurricane, guys. 991 millibars. What's our max knots we're looking at here now as well? 32, 32, 36, 34, 40, 48, almost 50 knots. Sustained. Okay. 1 second. Let's get one more update. They're gonna fly through it a few times and see what the biggest reading they can get is. Let's look this up. yeah, we need a little bit more than that. We're going to want probably a 60-knot wind for a hurricane. But the pressure is low. This is strengthening. What's our pressure at now? 995. Is that what the current pressure's at? Moving north at 2 miles per hour. This thing is moving slow. What's our current pressure? 997. Is that what they have it at? It'd be a drop of 5 millibars. I think we'll have a hurricane. I think we'll label it a hurricane. Or they're going to say this is like 70 mile per hour winds and not 74, 75. I really want to know. I can go make a post. Let's see. I want to check all these winds. 48, 46, 46, 37. See, this is like, you see the big drop off of winds here? There's somewhere near the eye over here. Because you see we get down to 21, down to 14 knots. So the eye is located, oh my gosh, that big explosion. Somewhere in here. Yeah, NHC doesn't have an update yet. They will soon. Let's get to 850 millibars, Cat 7. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. One saw 860, but yeah, Jamaica would be not doing so good if that happened. We don't want that. If this was out over the open ocean, not moving over an island, I'd be rooting for it to get that strong, just for records, but not with it affecting land. Yeah, this explosion of storms is wild. This could be the beginning of that rapid intensification and it trying to form its eye. Any high chances of hail in Texas? Moderate. I'd say 20-30% chance. You could see small to large hail, especially southwestern Texas. We have another depression in the eastern Pacific now. Yeah, there it is. That'll be what? Tropical storm. What? That's going to be a short-lived system. That's going to be a short-lived system. All right, let's see if we get an update here. Hey, guys, you know what I think I'm going to do? Before I get off here? Do another little video like I did last time. All right, let's redo this. Okay, I want a few more readings here. Now, they're clearly a little bit too far to the west, I think. I think the strongest winds are probably through here, especially in the northeastern corridor where they usually are. So I would expect this Hurricane Hunter, Hurricane Cowboy plan to go like this, come out, and then come back through like this. That's probably what they'll do. Some sort of loop like that. Or they'll do a loop like this to try and read this area out here a little bit better. Let me double check the other one. Our other plane, he's way out there. I like how they call it a mission. Mission in progress. Appreciate the follows, guys. Wind speed is 105. Where'd you read that? Where'd you read wind speed is 105? I don't think that's real. Yeah. It's hard to tell exactly where the eye is. During the day, it'd be easier if I could look at the satellite, but it looks like it's in here somewhere. Let me see something real quick. It looks like it's actually right here where this category 1 is. Somewhere in there. All right, we've got to have an update here in a second. Come on, one more. What's the wind speed? We've read around 50 knots. we'll see higher readings here though as this thing continues to fly through. But we were down to 991 millibar pressure. You can have a hurricane with that low of a central pressure. The map on Tropical Tibet has slightly easier to read. Yeah, the map it's easier on there. Well, you can go in here and then go like this. True color. It's usually easy to see where the eye is on here. Yeah, like right there. Yeah, I see where it is.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Yeah, it looks like the eye's right there. Right in the center. Our hurricane hunters are flying a little bit to the west of the eye, but you would think they'd be somewhere around the eye wall. Whoa!
A new considerable severe thunderstorm.
Thank you, Yali. Shout out, Yali. Shout out, Yali. Thank you for the Galaxy, Yali. You don't have to do that. Yali, you're awesome. Gentlemen with the hand hearts. Jack-o'-lantern. Thank God it's Friday. I agree, Jasmine. Thank God. Some weeks are longer than others. It's been a long week. Well, the screen didn't go black this time. Good. Did we get this? Come on. Come on. Let me get an update on this. Let's get an update on this. Hurricane hunters, guys, are in the store. Oh, here we go. I don't know why I get so excited about this. 992 millibars. 992 millibars. 993. 994. I like this track they took. So they decided to go east with it. I thought they were going to do that. I thought they were going to do one of these. They're doing one of these. Okay. Who am I? Who am I to tell them what to do? Okay, 34. But I need to see the northeastern quadrant. Northeastern quadrants are the ones that pack wins. So I'm looking at these knots and I'm like, yeah, they're fine. They're impressive. Whatever. Not that impressive. Go to the northeastern quadrant right now. You guys don't know? In the northern hemisphere, we split our hurricanes into, well, oh shoot, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. 4 quadrants. A lot of times this quadrant, the northeastern quadrant, is the most, you have the strongest winds, the most damaging conditions. And a lot of times our southwestern quadrant is the exact opposite. So I really want them to come down through here and maybe do one of these bad boys. Get through there and get through the eye again. So we do see now winds. Okay, they were near the eye. 9 knots is pretty low. You could, so 9 knots, 992 millibars. I think there's a very real chance they label this a hurricane, and if they don't, they're going to say this is 70 mile per hour winds. They are going to say this is 4 miles per hour short of a Cat 1 hurricane, and then the next update it'll be a hurricane. But I think they have what they need to label this hurricane, especially getting down to 991.3 millibars. But they, we'll have to see when they do another pass. Yeah. What's going on, Skits? Going to Austin, Texas tomorrow. Should I be good? Yeah. I mean, for the most, you should be good. Looking at our update on severe weather for tomorrow. We go take a look here. Let's go to HRRR and just go to like the latest. We'll go to the 18Z actually. Here, let me push in here because yeah, Austin. It's hard to tell where Austin is because it's in the center of such a huge state. You guys are right around here. Okay, so Austin tomorrow. Yeah, the worst weather is going to be over. Yeah, I mean the worst weather is going to be to the east tomorrow. It does look like we could get some storms trying to fire up afternoon, evening hours. through Austin, Texas. I don't expect much severe potential out of this because you're going to have so much rainfall falling tonight through Austin and through the early morning hours that even when these storms fire up, I don't think your lapse rates are going to have time to recover because you're going to have so much rain, cooled air. So you're going to get rain tomorrow in Austin probably. I don't expect severe, though. Strong thunderstorms, maybe not severe. Yeah, we are talking about Melissa being a hurricane. I do have to get off here, but yes, we're getting new readings, and it does look like Melissa could be labeled as a hurricane. We're all the way down to 991 millibars now. Typically, when you get down to around 980 to 995, you can get a Cat 1, then below Cat 2, Cat 3. But we have the central pressure for a Cat 1 hurricane. They're going to loop around and see if they can get the wind speeds. We've seen 50 knots. We'd probably want to see about 60 knot winds to confirm a Cat 1. But they're going to keep flying through here. The storm is strengthening, though. You can tell by the pressure dropped. Our pressure now is 997. They just recorded 991. If the pressure is dropping, the storm is strengthening. The lower the pressure, the faster the storm is absorbing moisture and producing latent heat and energizing itself. So it's clearly a strengthening storm. You can also see by these big convection bubbles that are popping up. This is in the upper atmosphere, and that means that all this moisture is being pushed up to the upper atmosphere and condensing. That's what fuels these storms. That's what strengthens them. It looks like it's going through an eye replacement cycle, even though it didn't really have an eye. But so we could actually see it maintain this strength for 12 hours and then go through a boom of strength once it gets that eye tomorrow, afternoon or evening. Cat 5's on the table 100%. I think we'll actually probably get one. Okay, guys. I might get on later. It depends. I'm going out with my parents tonight. We're going to go see my brother's bartending little brother. We're going to go to where he's going or where he's working his new job and hang out. Who knows? Maybe I'll take him to the casino. But depending on how the night goes will depend on if I get on a stream tonight. Again, strengthening system. Still not expected to make landfall in the U.S., although some models do have it getting a little bit close to Florida. So pay attention if you're down in Florida, although it looks like right now it's going to avoid Florida. Could have a Cat 4, Cat 5 major hurricane going over Jamaica, and then possibly even a major hurricane going over Cuba. If you're in Jamaica and you can still get out of there, you don't have very much time, but I'd get out of there. It's not going to be good for Jamaica. Could have devastating storm surge. Very bad winds and lots of flash flooding. But I'm hopeful that people are preparing in Jamaica. Hopeful people are preparing in Jamaica. Severe weather. This has been a little bit of a downtrend today. We're not seeing much. Southwestern Texas, we're still seeing the potential for. We still have some SIGTOR violent tornado parameter. So I'd watch down here, San Angelo, down towards Austin, Killeen tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to have to watch this region down here for some tornadoes. Central to southern Louisiana, southeastern, kind of southeastern, south or east central Texas. I'll just actually show you that real quickly. Here's our tornado threat today. Here's our tornado threat tomorrow. So let's watch that. Houston could be seeing the chance for tornadoes very early in the morning, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I had to add 8 there so that no one would do the meme. And weather-wise, or snow-wise, I mean, again, our models still see the east experiencing cool down after cool down. There's big push of cold in the east now, then another major push of cold in the east, and then another major push of cold in the east. So we're going to have the chance for some early season snow through portions of the northern Ohio Valley, upper Midwest, northern plains, inner New England. I think in this region, maybe even down to southern Appalachia if we get one of these troughs cold enough. So that'll be something interesting to watch. If we do take a look at our snow outlook just over the next about 10 to 14 days, the European model does want to give a little bit of snow into this region here, into Michigan, a little bit out here in this region here, so we'll have to watch that. The GFS is being much more generous with snow. Actually, the 18Z, this is interesting what's happening with the 18Z, but the 12Z really likes a big nor'easter type storm. It wouldn't really be true nor'easter, but tons of snow up here in the northeast. So we'll have to see about that. 18Z is loading. This is actually interesting. I want to look at the precipitation right here really quickly. Here's the 18Z. Let's see what this is doing. Ooh, interesting here. This is going to, at the end of the 18Z run, is going to try to bring snow in here again. This is going to push down to be snow. So we'll watch that. All right. Everyone have a great Friday. And if I'm back on later, I'll see you back. I'll see you. I'll try to get on, even though I usually don't stream Saturdays. But since I'm not streaming tonight, I'll try to get on for a little bit tomorrow. I'll be releasing a video and all that good stuff. Even as a category 3, it's going to be catastrophic. For the, I know you're, yeah, it's not saying exactly what you want to say, Skits. It doesn't matter if it's Cat 4, Cat 5, or Cat 3. Yeah, the flooding and storm surge itself is going to be bad, but obviously we don't want 180 mile per hour winds whipping through that as well. Whipping through there as well. All right, you guys are all awesome. Like I said, if you want to join the climate crew, just join me on Discord. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. We have a tornado warning. Actually, let's look at that really quickly. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Add me on Discord as a friend, and I'll bring you into the Discord. We have a tornado warning. Let me cover this really quickly before I get off. Is it really almost 6 o'clock? Oh my gosh. I've been on for way longer than I said. Let me take a look at this. Definitely a couplet here just to the northeast of Mingus and to the north of Gordon, Texas. This is heading up to the northeast. Let's see here. Pinto County, 5:44 p.m. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Lake Palo Pinto, or 21 miles northeast of Ranger, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour.
Tornado warning has been issued.
So moving to northeast at 30 miles per hour. All right, so taking a look up here. Where's my tornado warning? There it is. Jacksboro, Bridgeport, Runaway Bay, Mineral Wells, Grafford, Bowie, Decatur. You guys need to pay attention up here. I don't think we have a tornado on the ground right here, but we do have a rotating cell. You can clearly see this is a rotating cell right here. I'll go into really quickly. Correlation coefficient. A little bit of disturbance in here. I think that's hail. I don't think that's a tornado. On the radar. Oh, there's our hook. There's our hook. This could actually end up being... I don't think it's gonna, but could be a strong tornado. This is an inflow. Here, there's our hook, and there's our RFD, rear flanking downdraft. This has all the signs that we could get a tornado on the ground. So mineral wells, Grafford, probably saying that wrong, but Jacksboro, like I said, Runaway Bay, Bridgeport, Decatur, Bowie, pay attention. And again, we could get these storms are moving out to the east towards Dallas, Fort Worth. So pay attention to Dallas, Fort Worth. You're still in this tornado risk zone today. Sometimes when you get one, you start getting a couple popping up. All right. You guys are awesome. Mods, you're awesome. Thanks for always being here and helping me when you can. We're going to have a really fun winter. Promise you that. Let me get one more hurricane update. Did we get any more winds out here? All right, we'll see. I think we're going to have a Category 1. If not, it's going to be a very strong tropical storm. It'll be a Category 1 in the next update. All righty. See you guys.